Welcome back, y'all. Today I'm going to show you what it's like at my classroom when I'm getting ready for my students to come to school tomorrow. So I came today to kind of set up my classroom, print everything that I need, and just kind of relax as I get my life together before the kids show up. In order for me to get literally anything done ever, I have to have a checklist. So I'm going to make a checklist of everything that I think I need to do today, and hopefully that will help me stay on track. This is my favorite notepad in the world because it is a picture of Kaya and Nova. One of my coworkers got it for me. Literally, she took a picture of Kaya and she took a picture of Nova and sent it off to this company, and they made an entire notepad out of it. Before I get started on my checklist, this video is sponsored by Beekeepers Naturals. The goal of this company is to create clean but highly effective products that actually work. Even though winter break is over, germs are still all over my classroom. That's why I'm so grateful for this throat spray. This is Beekeepers Naturals Propolis Immune Support Daily Throat Spray. Using this product is super simple. Thanks to this spray, my immune system is now supported with antioxidants and vitamins B, C, and D, and so much more. This spray does come in adult versions and children versions. One of my New Year's resolutions, or ends, for 2024 for my husband and myself is for us to consume cleaner products. All of Beekeepers' natural products are made with clean ingredients. All of their products are free from artificial coloring and preservatives, and they're third-party tested to ensure there are no pesticides. So if you or a loved one are looking for daily immune support, whether it be extra defense in the classroom or you're traveling, or you just want a dose of extra vitamins and minerals, then you've got to go check out Beekeepers Naturals, their Propolis Throat Spray. First step on the checklist is printing my stations for the week. Sometimes I add things to my checklist just because I know it's going to be easy for me to check it off, but I just finished printing out stations, and so now I'm going to organize them and put them in my bins. The way I do math stations is I separate my kids into 5 groups, and they do a different station every single day. So at all times, there's 5 different stations going on in my room, but one of them is always at my small group table to ensure that everybody comes to my small group table. It helps me focus on individual needs that students have, areas that they're struggling, and areas that I can challenge them more. So these are just some of the stations I'm going to be doing this week. All my stations are organized and ready to go. One of my behavior management tools that I love to use is my Lucky Ducks. Every single day, I have 3 rotations. When they come into my class, I have 3 ducks that are magnets that are on the board. As they're working, if they're all doing what they're supposed to, I'll add another duck. If we're having some troubles talking or not doing our job, I'll take a duck down. At the end of class, however many ducks are left on the board is how many lucky ducks I will draw. A lucky duck is basically just my jar full of ducks. Hold on. These are my lucky ducks. So what I do at the end of class is I will draw however many ducks are on the board. So let's say number 25. Each of the ducks has someone's number on it. So if I draw your duck, you normally get to spin my prize wheel. But since it's getting out of the winter season and near Valentine's Day, I actually got some stuff for them to have a Valentine's prize box that they'll get to choose from if their lucky duck is drawn. The stuff that I put in these buckets is nothing fancy. Like, these are just these plastic items that make noises that the children just love. But the rule is once you get it, you can put it in your backpack so that it goes home. Another thing is these poppets. My students love Poppets, so I have some of those that will go in here. This is just a little Slinky. Kids love a good Slinky, so it's just a pack of those. This is one that was very popular for my winter prize box. It's just like little things of slime. Again, it must go home. If mom and dad decide they don't want it in their house, then so be it. But it doesn't stay in my classroom or at school. And then these are just these little pencils that like, it has little sections of different lead. So I have some of those. And then everybody loves a good bouncy ball. So got some bouncy balls for them. And then I probably will just keep these for extra refills if I run out and I see that they love something. Again, this isn't something you have to do. This isn't something that everyone needs to do. You don't need to feel obligated to do it. It works for my classroom. It works for my class management. I got a couple Target gift cards for Christmas, and so I just went and I bought some of these. Everything in here is like $3 each, $2 or $3 each. The dollar section, and it will last me a good while because they only get like 3 or 4 ducks every single class, and the kids want it. They see what's in the bucket. They see their friends getting items. It really encourages good behavior, so it works for me, and I'm super excited for them to see it. Guys, it is literally only 9:25 in the morning, and I'm halfway through this checklist. We're going to Chick-fil-A for lunch, and it's pouring down rain, but we're gonna grab it and come back and eat here. Lunch was delightful. Next on my checklist is to create my anchor chart for our 2024 ins and outs. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you know that I love a good anchor chart. My favorite thing to do is to project them onto my board and then trace them onto the anchor chart paper. I've found that this makes it super easy to make beautiful anchor charts. I love New Year's resolutions, but sometimes I feel like they're kind of challenging to keep. That's why I made an ins and outs poster, so we could focus on specific things that we want to start doing this year and specific things that we want to stop doing. Since this is going to be hung in our classroom, it was really important to me that all my students are there to help me fill it out. Now that the anchor chart was finished, the next thing that I needed to do was move the numbers and desks for the new seating chart. In my class, each of my rotations, every student has a number. Typically 1 through 25 or so. They know their number since the first day of school. And every single week when they come into my class, they know to look for their number on the desk. So instead of creating 3 separate seating charts, I'm able just to move the numbers around one time, and it works for all 3 classes. Now I know it doesn't always work out perfectly, and sometimes we have to move specific friends around, but overall it's a really good method. Finally, I'm down to the last thing on my checklist of things I need to do today. It's finishing up my lesson plans and my slides, and if you noticed, it's the first thing I put on my checklist, and it's the last thing I'm doing because it's the one that I dread the most. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely a pen and paper kind of planner girl. I do not like to do many things online. I prefer everything to be on paper, just because it's easier for me to follow and find. Once I finished my lesson plans and creating my slides, my checklist was complete. But I still had some time left in my day, so it was time for me to find other things around the room that I needed to do. One of my classroom jobs is called Tech Team, and normally those are the students that plug in all of my Chromebooks, but since we were on winter break, we didn't charge them the whole time, and I plugged them in today. Everything on my checklist is finished, and my classroom is organized and ready to go for all the students to come tomorrow. My lesson plans are done, my slides are done, my desks are organized and numbered, so come what may, here we go.